Welcome back. So here's a bit of an odd one. Let's go ahead and pull this out of the way. Give me a second. Hang on. Do this, don't I? Bruce, from bruceaholic. He gave me a comment in regards to the gameplay. And so basically he's kind of thinking about maybe buying it, and he's unsure because it's early access. I didn't even know that. But how much content does the early access release of Windrose have? I'm a bit skeptical whether I should purchase hours-wise. A little bit of research that I've done kind of says it's about 15 hours. But I think I'm at 100 episodes, and each one's about half an hour. So that's 50 hours at least. And sometimes my half hours go further than anything else. So what I'll do is I'll do a little breakdown of what to expect from the game. If you're I didn't even know it was early access. The amount of detail is amazing. So first of all, you come to the screen. You can play controller or keyboard and mouse if you want. Hit play. You've got solo, offline games, which is what I'm playing. You can host a game, and then you can connect to server if you want to do multiplayer. I'll do solo these. You can create your own character, and so I've done that already, so you can confirm. And just basically the whole thing: male, female, fat, thin, big face, small face, beard, no beard, tattoos, no tattoos, that kind of stuff. It's not too massively intense, but I know some games that I played that have like, oh, do you want to have eyebrows 3 inches apart from each other? Because like, do this too much. Just give me a basic character. I'm not basically you see the back of the head anyway, so it's not as if you see the face that often. Just take a while to load up, but that's probably because it's my computer. The computer I use is an Acer Nitro 5, which is a couple of years old. So that's probably the thing. It's a laptop as well, so that might be a thing as well. And but it doesn't matter. It gives you a little hint to the bottom of what you can, what's going on. Okay. Now the maps are all procedurally generated, so that's a good thing because each adventure is its own separate entity. But it's a bad thing if you want to give advice to people. And okay, let's have a look here. Yep. Right, so got a little dildo being attacked. There we go. You're attacking me, right? So let's
So many unanswered questions.
let's do this. Hang on, map. Okay, let's go ahead and find an island with a fast travel. Okay, let's. This is your map. This circle here is the bounding point. Any further than that, as you see, I've got there already. It goes like. Turn around, or you're going to be destroyed. You don't get destroyed. I haven't been destroyed yet, so just give you time to turn around. That's one thing I want to do. Is I want to clear all this map. That's what I do. I like to explore on open world maps. I like to do more exploring. I like to do as much exploring as I can before I'm forced to perform tasks. One great thing about this is it gives you you can make marks. So, for instance, if you see something interesting, this is a resource farming kind of stuff, and it's not like monotonous. So you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it's kind of advantageous because, for instance, we have here a lemon tree, right? So now I know if I want lemons, I can go up there. But every time you forage for fruit, vegetables, or anything like that, you get the seeds, so then you can go back and plant them yourself, but later on. Now, I've had 2 bosses so far. The first one, his name's Richards, and let's see if I can... And he was a douche. He was terrible. It was the first boss, and he was... Is this Richards' camp? I don't think so. No, that's another one. Okay, it gave me a fast travel spot. You do get fast... Okay, you have realms of people to play with. It's kind of like Far Cry to an extent... Fallout to an extent. So you have these people who are the smugglers. Then you have... I think here is... Come, where are we? Tortuga. That's the main base. That's their main base anyway. But then you have Tortuga City. Anyway, your maps are completely. This is just my map, so don't think. Oh, hang on. Why is mine over here? This is Tortuga City itself, and it tells you what you can get all these different things. A sewing kit. I think that's a master repair kit. Something that's flux, and that's boarding equipment. I think it is. Okay, what else? There's other people as well. Trying to think. You get tasks as well to do. Like I've got this one, which is I've completed a task. Now go to Captain Hornigold to say, hey, by the way, and get reward. And again, that's the Brethren of the Coast main base. So you say there's a lot of stuff going on. The little star things are fast travel points. You can jump to them. Now, you're only given 10 of them, which in itself may be kind of like, man, I've only got 10 of them. You can dismantle them and rebuild them. So I can, like, for instance, when I first started, I had tons of fast travel spots. But then it was a case like, hang on. Maybe I don't need them because, for instance, this is a small island. I don't need to go here again. Now, these are death markers. These tell you, basically tell you where you die because your cache, your inventory cache is dumped. So you have like post-mortem cache is what they call it. And so to get rid of it, you right-click it. That's what I do anyway. And you can put marks. Let me go ahead and show you about a mark. Now, a mark, let's go out of here and back to the map again, so it defaults where I am. This is you. Now the mark, if you put a mark, it does not go where you are, it goes where your cursor is, which means if I want a mark here, I'll go ahead and hit the X button for a mark, and it gives you all these different icons that you can change, and then you can go ahead and name it as well. Right now, you can, if you click show outside minimap border, it'll show purple, but it'll also show outside the map. So if you look here, there's my minimap in the top right hand corner. You see all the purpley things? They're all the, because I didn't know the difference, but now I do. It's like, oh, okay, it shows. So for instance, if like, oh, up north I've got an exclamation mark. So thus wise I know to go up north to get to that point, if that makes sense. And again, to get rid of it, you can go ahead and click the right button, either that or hit the right mouse button. It's concentrated more towards a keyboard and mouse than it is a controller, but it is very, very good with. It covers almost everything with the controller and mouse, with the controller. Sorry, so it's not limited. And then when you've explored somewhere, it tells you everything. You have copper, iron, and odd stuff that you mine, right? And I forgot what the odd stuff's called, right? And again, you upgrade. So my map tended to go, the further north you go, the more higher the level it is. So this is all like the lower level, and it gives you copper. But there's only so much you can do with copper. You start with stone tools, then copper tools, iron tools. And that's as far as I've got so far as, but I know there's advancement down there. So the further north you go, so about here, I think, if I can find a mine, that's iron, right? And then you get different beasties. Like in the bottom part, you get base beasties. And then the further north you go, and the environment's completely different. Let me show you that. This isn't scripted, as you can probably gather. So, okay, right, so this is the first biome you have. I'm doing farming, so these are all my trees, so you're not going to expect that on your first farm. And it's very kind of lush, very kind of New England, if you wish. You know, so it has that kind of feel about it. And you get palm trees, you get ficus, you get bushes, and they're all labeled as well. It's like, how do you know? If you go up here, it says palm, right? And it tells you what tool you need to, and that stays there. It's not one of the, it's not a a tutorial thing, so it's really cool. And that's the ficus trees. Now, according to and hang on, I'll show you something. Where I just passed it. Where are you? According to the research that I've done, trees don't replenish. So once you cut it down, it doesn't regrow. Which, let me go back to my base real quick. And I'll show you something as well. But you do have these things, scattered logs you can pick up that gives you timber. And then these are stumps that you can cut up with an axe. And you're plentiful, so you don't need to hack that. Now, if you need plant fiber, it's bushes. So, sword works to do this. You can also use your axe as well if you want. Any of these things that are called ferns or bushes, they replenish. I just hit the tree by mistake, but like, so this gives you all plant fiber and stuff like that. So as that's concerned, back to my base. What was I showing you about my base? Don't remember. The attention to detail is amazing, and I know it's done with an Unreal Engine, so I know that they've been around forever. So as far as the platform is concerned, it's amazing, already. But if you look, the clouds are really cool. The sun, you have day-night cycles with the moon is always full. That's one thing. We have day-night cycles, so the sun will rise and set. The moon looks gorgeous. It's really, really good. There are different enemies during day and night. During the day, I'm not going to tell you what the enemies are, so you can find out by yourself. I don't want to do major spoiling, but during the day, you have little beasties. Like I think I'll show you one that. Where's my home? Okay, there you go. This guy, it's a dodo, right? And this is level 2, and he attacks. Now, they come in pairs. You get male and female ones. And in my experience, the female of all enemies don't tend to be aggressive unless you cause them aggression. So if you go out, and you've got plants like this that you can pick up and stuff. So you've got sows. Okay. Yeah, all right, whatever. So she's not being... You're coming away from her. She's not being aggressive. She's being more defensive than anything else. But boars are aggressive. And they come in different categories. You get regular boars, you get charging boars, savage boars, that kind of stuff. So this is the... I don't know why I'm trying to go back so much. This is basically what the original island kind of looks like. It has palm trees. It's a desert island. When the game first starts, it starts off, Captain, you're the captain. The ship's been overtaken by pirates. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen? And... then you end up waking up on a desert island, and this is your desert island, and you have like basic tools. Just like the reason somebody told me about this was because I was playing Rust, and I thought Rust was a really good game, conceptually. But every time you spawn, I can't find an offline version of it. It's all like multiplayer online. And then every time I spawn, hey, I'm new here, dead. Hey, how are you doing? Don't kill me, please, dead. And I had no pleasure or chance to experience the game. But I like the idea. I like building games and stuff like that, and I like that the adventure games like in this kind of ilk. But like Far Cry, I enjoyed that. Fallout 4, I enjoyed. Oh, New Vegas, sorry, I enjoyed that. And so that's the kind of game I like to play. I like open world maps that that you're allowed to explore. And that's what I enjoy about this game. It's open world, and there's no restricting. It's not like the GTA games where, like the older ones, where you can't cross the bridge unless you reach this level. You can explore the entire map on basic stuff. Now, you get things as well because it's a pirate map. You get to find. You have a shovel. Okay, what are we looking at now? So you can dig stuff. Now, if you look, it says weapon, dig, raise, flatten. So you can change what the weapon's going to be for. Red means you can't dig, and then yellow you can dig, and I think there's a green that you can dig as well. And so you have buried treasure, which again is really adventurous, but there's clues to it as well. There's But I won't go into that because, again, I don't want to ruin your gameplay. But then again, I've done, I think, 100 episodes of this already. So if you watch my stuff, you'll see the gameplay. But again, if you're just watching this as a basic rundown of what you expect, then yeah, blah blah blah. I'm being chased by a bull. You see, I've got the target behind me, but a boar, sorry. But you know, and you got a target button. In this case, it's the right joystick, pushing it and clicking it goes ahead and targets. You have mines as well. I'll show you the mines. And I built these things. You have a whole plethora of building stuff you can do. Let's go in here to the cave. And I mined this recently, but there's okay, let's go ahead and get myself a pickaxe, sorry. It automatically fills your inventory up with stuff. So I'm doing all this. It's giving me copper and stone. As you see, it notifies me when it does that. I don't know if there's a way of making it so you do it manually, but I like the convenience of it just doing it. And if you go like, dude, I've got all this waste rock and I want copper, then you can go ahead and dump it. I'm sorry, I'm getting into doing this. I know I shouldn't do this. I'm not playing game playing right now. I'm just but like it is very, very intuitive. It's very nice game to play. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. Blah blah blah. I've only got like 30 subscribers, so I'm not even near that. And I'm the kind of person also that if I had thousands of subscribers or something, I don't think I would be. Oh yeah, by the way, because that annoys me. By the way, you know, and it's like, what is, dude? I'm here to watch a gameplay. I'm not. If I want to buy something, I'll bloody watch normal television or something. You know what I mean? That's just me. Grabbing them. Anyway, it's enough. I can always come back to that. Sorry. And you know, you build lanterns and stuff. I'll show that in a second. Let me get out of here. And I didn't even know this is early access. I forgot the person's name who said, okay, now it's getting dark. Right, so let's see if I can find out when the moon's coming. So I head to the coast. Right, okay. So I go to my map. Okay, so on the controller, fast click on the start button, I think is like whatever the button is on the left hand side, gives you the inventory. And you got like, and it's really cool because you got different uniforms. I'll show you that in a second when I get back to the base. That you can upgrade. You have all these tools you can upgrade. You got weapons you find and upgrade. You can even build them, health potions, stuff. And like if I press in the right controller, click, I can drop stuff. So if I don't want that, so my inventory's full and I want to get rid of stuff I don't need, I can go ahead and do that. It's getting dark now. New other enemies arrive on the coast. Now I'm going down. Now if you notice the mini map, it doesn't move with your character, which I think is really cool because this wise I'm now running north. I'm now running south. So the mini-maps stay the same thing. I know some what they do is they stay with your character. So if you're running south, then south will be at the top of the map. But the map stays the same way, if that makes sense. So you just go like, okay, so back to my map, and also again because I only short clicked instead of long clicked, I can go here to select the map, zoom out using my trigger keys. All right, now I need to go. Basically southeast. So then what I do is your right joystick is your look key, and then your left is your move key. So what I can do is quickly look southeast, and then just run in that direction. I hope that makes sense. Oh, hello. You have stamina, agility, a bunch of other stuff. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so just look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? And I know. And look, you even got stars in the sky, and it's like you got a proper day-night cycle. And these things that go across the thing, that's the wind direction. So because you're actually sailing a ship, and the ships do respond to your to the currents and to the wind direction as well. It's really, really cool. I'll show you that in a second. Right, first thing, let's do that on a boat. The first thing you build is this. This is a boat. Right, really? Is that what it is? So let's go ahead and... You see, the current's taking me. I'm applying nothing. This is what the current and the wind are doing. So go ahead and drop me sail. Right, and see how long it takes me to get to speed. It's about, I think, 10 knots is the speed of this. And if you look, and I know I'm probably just simping, I think is the word now. But if you look, I'm changing direction. As I'm look at my sail, it gets slack. It can flip over, then it flips over as I'm changing direction. They didn't have to do that. And if you see the boat is like, dropping on current and stuff. And you see what's happening to the wind. You can see by the things in the sky, the wind is blowing across. So I know that, it's going from left to right. So I'm going south now. So it's going from east to west, is it? You know what I mean? And so, yeah. And so what I did is I sailed in this little thing that takes, and I'll show you the map. Okay, I don't know if you can, if I haven't done it yet. You see this little thing here? This is what the boat does, and this takes forever to do, which I think is really cool because then you're not just going like, oh, I've done the map, I'm finished. It's actually gives you kind of a real life kind of experience. And again, zoom out to the full, how dinky that line is in comparison to the rest of the map. You know what I mean? So so there we go. So there's my boat. So let's sail back home again. Okay, and there's my fleet that I have, or my armada. Now, the boats do have a very large turning circle, which is a bit kind of meh, like your battleships as well. You battle the enemy, mainly Blackbeard as your enemy. Basically, the mechanic they want you to do, you can blow some ships up, mostly, but on the missions, you have to incapacitate them and then board them. And to board them, you've got to get up. You got to get next to the ship so they can throw these boarding tools like ropes with harnesses on them to and that can be very hard work. That's just my opinion. I may not be any good. Okay, so that's my boat. Okay, and then I can get off. Boom. There we go. Right. Okay. And again, this is stuff you build up to get. For instance, anyway, the first thing you get, I don't want to go into too much detail. Okay, so this is my fast travel spot. You'll have 10 of those. You build 10 bells. So you need the metal. They need to forge it, and then da. So it's a very, you don't. It's stuff that everything has to be built from scratch, and you need so and so to get so and so. For instance, to build this as a wharf, you need material and you need wood, and so you know what I mean. It's not too intense. Let's go ahead and I'll show you about a wharf. Then you see what I'm talking about. Because I know some maps is like we need nails to get nails. You need brass, and for brass you need that kind of stuff. It's a little bit like that, but not too much. Let's say, hang on, wrong one. This is your workbench. This allows you to build raw materials, including tools and stuff. But then you have a building menu, which is this, which allows you to do these. Crafting utilities. These are things that you need to survive. I'll give you a little tip. Always have enough wood to build a campfire and... that's not a campfire, that's a bonfire, sorry, and a tent. I'll show you in a second what I mean. Storage and beds. I tend to go for wooden chests, but this is very popular because it doesn't use as many bits. But then it's kind of decorative to an extent. Floors and walls. People have built mansions with this stuff. I think roofs, pillars and beams, windows and doors, stairs and benches. We've got decoration. When you have these challenges, when you beat these challenges, you get these. These are the beasts you come across, and you can build stuff to put on the walls. Farming. I'll show that in a second. And then pre-built structures are basically a large pier, a hut, and a hut frame. Now, some of the stuff needs can be built outside, like tents and kilns and that kind of stuff. But some of the stuff needs you need to build inside. So I'll show you this. I'll give you a tour of my base. Okay, this is armor and clothing workshop. This is for building and upgrading armor and clothing. This is your weapons workshop. Handheld weapons, swords, guns, maces, that kind of stuff. Same thing, building and upgrading. This is a toolbox. This is a upgrade to your station because you start from level 1 and then you upgrade to level 2, level 3. Standard, right? And so the way they do that is like, oh, we build a toolbox, now you're level 2, is an example. Okay, so that's this room. And this is the prefab hut, by the way. Next is just for my own personal thing. It's my bedroom. I put a couple of beds here. And then another thing what they do is decoration. The more kind of decoration you have, the more kind of stamina longevity you have. You see the little green guy in the bottom left-hand corner which says rested, stamina now regenerated faster, rested pace, comfort level 15, and then there's that guy underneath there. When you leave the base, that sinks down. And the more kind of decoration, shelves, lamps, chests, beds, chairs, desks, any of that kind of stuff that you have at a base, the more comfortable it is, the longer you have before your stamina thing decreases. Again, I don't want to give you too much. Anyway, so there you go. So there's my wolf head, my dodo head, my boar head, my crab head, another wolf head. Okay. Then my next room. This awning, again, or anything built is classed as decoration, I think it is. So this is my alchemy table for building like health potions, that kind of stuff. Stove and pit is the upgrade to that. This is your shipwrights workshop for building things like cannons and boarding equipment and that kind of stuff. And this is I think that's part of the shipwrights, because I ran out of space. So, I won't go any further. I mean, again, you'll find out yourself. I don't want to be whatever. This is something silly. This is just a conference room that I built. It's like, so let's come into the conference room. Let's have a quick chat. But then again, I built a chest, and that's all my health potions. As you see, I don't have that many because I still have my Heine handed to me. See, it's gone dark already, and it's such a beautiful, natural kind of lightness. I've got a spinning wheel. I've got a tanning rack. I've got a millstone, a jewelry table. Now, this guy is... You get to employ people, and I'll show them in a second. When I don't want to go into detail. I don't want to go into too much detail. But they help things like Mortar Joe. He works with helping you with his stats on being able to get elements to build gunpowder and bullets and stuff like that, as well as finding them and all that kind of stuff. So each one of these people have different helping stats. John is somebody from a quest. Black Axel, I think he's a chef. He's a woodworker. I've forgotten. And then we have, where is she? This lady, Miss Mercer. She is a alchemy person, so she helps with health potions. Then you have the doctor, who's your first guy.
I remain at your service.
He talks to you all the time. And then what you can do is when you say, do you have anything for me? Sometimes it gives you health potions. So there we go. But it's not every time. It's just like once in a while. when you are doing things that take time, let's say, where was I going here, for instance? If I'm making linen, okay, I don't have any flax, so I don't have enough. Again, so you need flax, which means you need to either forage it or grow it in order to make linen. So I'm trying to think, what else do I have? Okay, there we go. Ore. And this is why it's all connected. So, for instance, in order to make copper ore, as an example, I need myself a kiln. The kiln takes wood. The wood gives you charcoal and ash, right? So you need the charcoal and the ash and the ore in order to create what they call it now, ingots, right? So I need charcoal and copper to make copper ingots. Now it's on a timer, right? So say if you want like 100 ingots for whatever reason, each one takes about like 30 seconds to a minute or something. What you can do is you can go ahead and you don't. I can quit the game now, but I like to be immersive. So I go in, I close my door, and I go to bed. This does absolutely nothing. It doesn't speed the clock, like for instance with Far Cry, where the day's going to fly past. It doesn't do that. It just puts you in a rested position, right? It does absolutely nothing else. It's just aesthetic. But I can close the game out, and the game goes it goes by your computer clock, I think it is, as opposed to like real time, as opposed to game time. Which means if I leave, go off and do stuff, and come back, I've preset 100 ingots, depending on how long I'm away from the you know what I'm saying. It will have created the ingots while I'm away from the machine. I know some games they don't do that, so I'll come back and say, "Oh, back to 3 ingots again, man." Here are my ships. In fact, let me go ahead and get my other one back. The one that okay, so you build ships, and so shipyards. You can build. You start off with a ketch. That's your normal one, and it takes you nails and wood and coarse fabric and rope. So you get yourself your ship. So it's pretty easy to get a hold of that stuff. It's just grinding, basically. But then I found out that the Blackbeard's frigate, it has everything. So let's go ahead and do my... okay. I've got 50,000 hit points. I've got maximum speed of 19 knots. Cargo size of 28 units. 3 guns. Each one's 12 pounds. I don't have a second bunch of guns. And it doesn't cost to restore if I get damaged, right? But I'm the kind of person that I like to tank because I'm useless at kind of intense game playing. I'm more of a stealth guy. I'm a kind of a sniper as opposed to run into the middle of the battle firing guns and stuff. And so I thought, tee why not? So 110,000 hit points, 20 knots of max speed, 28 cargo, 12 guns of either 24 pound or 36 pound, and then another battery of guns of 6 guns of either 12 or 24 pounds. Restoration cost is high. This is what you need: 300 nails. Then we need foothills iron ingot, right? The stuff we got now on the first island is copper. So now I've got to go to the second area, or the second biome, as it were, with bigger, nasty, horrible enemies, and then planks, and then timber, and da. So I need other stuff. So, you know, again, I don't want to go into too much detail about that. This took me, I think, about 2 weeks to get all this stuff together. Because, for instance, tarred fabric, I need to make fabric, which means I need flax, but then I need to tar it, so I need tar. Tar is from the third biome. All right, I'll show you the biomes real quick. Okay, and I could fast travel it. I'll show my ship. In fact, I'll bring it back to... because what you can do is you can make one a flagship. So I made... and you can name them as well. So my name is Quinty. So I'll call this guy Quinthulu. You'll see in a second why. But you can have it as your flagship. You can... I don't know what reserving ship does. I go ahead and repair it. I can't repair it because it's not here then. So what I'll do is... go ahead and pull up my main menu, and I will recall my boat. So, okay. Massive. Look at that. Look at that. Huge. That's my boat. I'm sorry. So there we go. So now pull them up. Then what I can do is repair it. And so that's how much it costs to repair. And then, what else was I going to do? I've forgotten. I think I was just going to board the ship. Oh, why is it called Cthulhu? I'll show you in a second. Now, your stamina, you see the green thing that's going down? That's your stamina. You can build that and upgrade it. I'll show you in a second how that's done. Okay, so we can steer the ship. So suddenly I'm steering the ship. Also, hang on. No. If I keep it held down, I can manage it, which means I'm going to go ahead and empty my... I don't have the room to do this, but I'll do some anyway. Okay, these are things that I've just been on a mission, so let's go ahead and move. Now, when I first started, I thought you'd have to click, hold, hang on, click it, and then slowly move it over here. But if you look on the bottom of the menu, the bottom of the page, it tells you all the stuff to do. And if you decide to use a keyboard, it flips to keyboard instructions. It's really, really cool. They've done a lot of work to this. Now, we have, this is, sends everything over there. Oh, hey, Colin. That is take similar, and that is organized. So I've organized all that. So for instance, if I have 21 copper and then another 2 copper, if I hit that, it will automatically coagulate everything. That's the wrong word. Okay, let me go ahead and see what I haven't got much room left. Or do I? Yes, I do. Okay. So these are upgrades. Repair. So if you're getting attacked when you're sailing, you can repair, and these are different levels of repair that you can do. Again, I'm going into too much detail anyway. Food. Each food has its own category. The base one gives you increased health. Other ones, I'll leave that there because I'm just getting rid of stuff that from here that I can take all that. Okay, good stuff. So just go basically that. Then if I do this, whoosh, it makes it nice and neat. And I found a seed I didn't know I had. Okay, why'd I call this guy Cthulhu? I don't know if you know Cthulhu. He's some character from a book, and he's basically like an octopus. You can't see him. So if we can do this without drowning, I can't because I'll drown if I try and do this. In fact, yeah, let's do this. No. See, my stamina's going down. For one thing, he's a pirate. He doesn't know how to swim for a very long time. But hang on, come on then, come on. All right, it doesn't. Okay, here we go. There you go. So it's Cthulhu, and he's pointing ahead. And but I'm not going to die because I'm going to do this. Get close to the ship. Hit X. I'm on the ship. Okay. Okay. It does have a unstuck capability, which is really cool. But then it will anything not saved, you'll lose. So it takes you back to your previous save. Or something I forgot what it is. I was going to do it once, but it was like, oh, you lose everything so far. It's like Okay, so what else? I'll empty my inventory. Okay, this is kind of my dumping everything stuff. And I'll just take things back that I'll probably need. Nothing really. I've got everything I need. Right, okay. Give me a second, please. Sorry about that. I had to feed Colin. So anyway, so dumped all my stuff there. And again, I want to be as vague as possible. Again, I mean, but the irony of it is I've done like 100 episodes of me playing this game. But you may not want to watch all those. Well, okay, so with everything's procedurally generated, but on my island, the further south you go, the more basic it is. So we've been this is my second level of we'll find stuff with a mine on it. There we go. In fact, if I can find one with Richards on it. No, I won't. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. Boom. So, and it's the thing is, it's not just the same amount. Look at it. Okay, this looks the same-ish. Now, I'll give you a hint. As soon as you're on a new island, make sure you got enough wood and make sure you got enough plant fibers to do this. Build yourself a tent. The tent is your revival point. It's your spawn point, right? And then the thing is, I'll show you something, right? Okay, so right, so you can put a mark, as we've discussed already. I can put a mark here, but you see this little flag? Right, let's go somewhere else. In fact, I don't have any materials. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's pick up some wood. And all over the island, you have a resource you can pick up. This is stuff that I didn't pick up before. Okay, wood. Wood is better than that's good. Again, get some plant fiber as well. We've got stumps. And again, I think I mentioned already, trees, I don't think, from what I understand, trees don't respawn. Right, we've got the same plants, we've got the same, the fuchsias and the same palm trees, right? And I won't go into what they're for. I'm just doing the basics, as I say, because I don't want to ruin your gameplay if you're just watching this to get an idea about the gameplay. Right, so I think that's enough. Let me go ahead and go back to... Hang on, wrong button. Go back to my building menu. Okay, so plant fiber 10, wood 4, and then a bonfire is 5, so I have enough. I think. That's too close to a bonfire. Okay, I'll show you what we've got. So we've got balls going on here. Now, these are level 3. The other ones on my previous channel level 2. Now, you see the biomes starting to change. It reminds me of Southern Europe, like Greece, Southern Spain, that kind of stuff. And this is what I'm talking about. Okay, goats. We have more enemies, right? And they're level 6. And so when I first came here, it was like about a level 2 or something like that. And they have attack modes. It's just, are you kidding me? So, okay. Always check to make sure, and then I've got targeting by pressing in the right joystick. Okay, so this will be good. Let's go ahead and menu, and then okay, menu, build myself a tent. Okay, there we go. Now, one weird thing about the tent building is you think that this. I mean, I may know nothing about tenting, but I think if you roll that up, that's where you're going to get into the tent. And I think it's higher at that end than this end. But this is actually the front of the tent. And that's the back of the tent. So if you want to aim your tent at your enemy, as an example, so when you spawn, you're already facing your enemy, then this is the front of the tent. That's just a thing. But let's go back to my map. Right, where is my tent? Oh, I built the tent. Why isn't it indicating I've got a tent? Because the tent doesn't have a marker. Like I put a tent here. Oh, there you go. Sorry, Meow. Sorry about this. You just... Can't getting on the window ledge. It's right next to the microphone. It's the bonfire. So back to my build menu. I should have enough to do this. I do. Right, so build my bonfire. You can build it anywhere. Doosh. And then go ahead and pull my map up. And look, I've got a flag now, right? Now, I thought this was like really crappy to start off with, but again, the bonfire, that builds up you see the little guy? Hang on, it's going down though, because I don't have any comfort levels. But where it says rested, comfort level 1, this means that okay, let's okay, make sure that I'm here. Check my inventory. I've got really nothing. I don't want to lose the silver button, so let me go ahead and do this. So, build, menu, storage and thingies. Build myself a wicker basket. Not enough resources because of the plant fiber. Go ahead and cut down bushes, because bushes regrow. It's just trees that don't. And bushes give you... Oh, these are tomatoes. I always pick tomatoes and red peppers. I don't know why. And also limes. That's just me. Although I can grow them now, so I don't need to. Okay, that thinks about enough. So go ahead, boom, boom. There we go. I usually do 2 of them because these baskets don't hold much. So I'll just dump up my entire inventory in there. When you die, you do not lose your weapons. You do not lose your health potions. You do not lose your food. You do not lose your implements of digging and stuff, your tools, whatever. You will lose rocks. You will lose plant fibers, wood, things like fruit that you just pulled off a tree. This is this stuff you get off zombies, because yes, there are zombies in this game, and things like trinkets and stuff like that. So one good thing I find is to build yourself a little container, build yourself a little camp like that with a couple of containers, dump your entire inventory apart from I mean, I think I'm gonna die anyway, but so it doesn't matter about your health potions. Make sure that you have enough kind of stuff to whatever, but nothing that you don't mind losing. And let's go through this. I will die on purpose. Hello, I'd like to talk to you about your extended warranty. Right, clicking the right. These are musketeers. I'll kill them to start with. Okay. Right-clicking auto targets. But it can be frustrating because if you auto target someone, and I'm trying to run away, I can't run away because I'm looking at him. I can't run away, so I've got to untarget him. A good thing is that's a grenadier. They kill their own enemies. Okay. Okay. So it's your grenadier. Right, and then it's another musketeer. I'm sorry, I've got this. I hate musketeers. Okay, so this is a camp. In the music, although it's the same music per kind of like event, it's still really cool. I've been playing this for hours now, and I'm still not bored of the music or the gameplay. And anytime you get a sparkly thing, it tells you it's something to pick up. Okay. Right, grenadier. Out of his way. Oh, hello. Good. Oh, there we go. Right, I was going to die, wasn't I? I was showing some people. So, sailor, that's a basic person, but... Okay, whoop, skip. What's that? Boom, he gets his hiney handed to him. Oh, and I do too. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then bump out the way, and he got blown up by his own thingy. That's really funny. So then my grenadiers. And to say, I'm kind of advanced right now. There we go. I'd be dead by now. You know, so blah, 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 so got all this. And then I was going to die, wasn't I? And then, okay, this is an example of a camp. Oh, this is a sergeant. He's a head guy. Oh, he's a lieutenant. And he has a gun and a sword. So hit, back. And then pull in defense. Hit, and then once more. I think twice. Once, twice, and then hit. And then he's doing guarding, so back out the way. That little red dot thing. Oh, that's the secret power that I have. I can remove people's souls. I keep triggering it by accident. I didn't want to do that. Anytime that red dot appears, that's going to be handing your hiney off to your move. And they have these little. I've already looted this, a previous one, but you do get caches at some point. Let's have a look if I can find one. Oh no, really? Okay, let's die. Okay. I'll let you kill me, sir. There's no crouch either. Which is it's aesthetic, but it's still a bit kind of there you go. Right, so I've saved at the tent, so I'm back at that tent again. Check my inventory. I mean, I've got a few things that I haven't lost, but I've lost mostly everything that I had already. So I'm going to empty my inventory, then you'll see what I've lost. So go back to the camp again. The camp respawns after a short time, but it's not like some games where, oh, and I'm back to exactly where I was again. They remember the enemies. They remember the state the enemy was in. Like you see that soldier, that sailor rather. Okay. Guard. Back out the way, and then guard again. Hang on, there we go, got him before he got me. So go back to your inventory. I've got wood, I've got a new hand insignia, nuts and rum bottle. I go to postmortem. That's given me nothing. Right. The first, every time you die, it will give you one of those things you just saw. Postmortem cache. The first one has all your inventory into it. That's the one you got to go to. The other ones are just markers, basically. I mean, not always. For instance, if I pick something up after I've died, okay, these are the supply caches. These are the ones that always regenerate. It's the chests that once you pillage your chest, that's it. You're done. But every time the enemies respawn, you get the same. You know what I mean? Like gold and other stuff and blah, blah, blah. So it's not as if like, oh, you cleared a base you're done with. You let them respawn, you come back and you get the same stuff that you were missing. That makes sense. I think it had before, rather. I think it's a cache as well. Rum and nuts. You know what I mean? So gold, silver, and items you get from the people. Another thing you can do, although it doesn't really, it's some of the game, it does work, but so okay. Wow. Let's go to stairs and fences. So I'll do simple staircase. What I can do, and you can move it around as well, so you're not just stuck. So like that maybe. Hang on. Then go up a bit. It's a bit kind of clunky as far as like where it is where the okay, we go there and then, but it clicks, which is good. Hang on. Structure, so there we go. I might be running out of resources. I don't know. Resources? I think that's resources. No, I've got resources. And the things I can, for instance, if I want to get rid of that, I just go to, hang on, that menu, and then I can do left trigger, right trigger, and then left trigger is the delete menu. And then, as I say, very much like Fortnite, you can build yourself things and climb up here. And then there's nothing there on this one anyway, but some of them there are. And for instance, like when you remember when I was mining and I couldn't get to some of the stuff because it's too high, you just build yourself a little ladder or a shelf or something. So yeah, so you can get up here if you want to. If I put it in a different place, and I think, give me a second here. Because quite a lot of stuff is... No. Some of the stuff is not dismantleable, but some of it is. But there you go. So I think that's explains everything. So go back to my camp. And hang on, this is a camp. Oh, this is okay. Something I've decided to do is hang on. Hang on, let's have a look here. These were all full, but now they're emptied. So what I'm doing is I'm going back. Hang on 1 second. Keep pressing the wrong button. I've dismantled I keep the camp, but I'm dismantling the barrels. Thuswise, when I get here, I know that I have already emptied the inventory. So where was I else? I think, where was I? I think I was here, wasn't I? Where's my fast travel? My fast travel is here. And I am... Where am I? I'm here. So that's probably the one I need to go to. So again, for the mapping, I'm going to go dead south, basically. So move that to dead south, and that's the direction I'm running. And if you arm yourself, some games, for instance, like with a heavy sword, it slows you down if you have a heavy weapon, if you're carrying a heavy weapon. This doesn't do that, which is also really cool. So you're always but the map itself is, for instance, I'm right on top of the camp, but I can't see it anywhere. It's very it's not very intuitive as far as that's concerned. I'm right on top of it. Where is it? There it is. Just me. I'm just being silly. So go ahead and take all. That one. Take all. And then what I'll do is, as I said I'll do already, go ahead and dismantle. And when you dismantle, you keep all of the stuff, all of the items, but no upgrades. So, for instance, if I upgrade my weapon and I dismantle my weapon, I get the materials back, but not the upgrades. So everything I've... Okay, nanny goats, they don't attack you, but goats do. See if I can... Right, so he'll come at me and headbutt me. Okay. I'll something else I want to show you as well. Right, and then... Okay. Again, I'm way upgraded. When I first came here, I was like level 4 or something stupid, I've forgotten. And so I was having my tiny handed to me, but I sailed up here. Okay, let's go ahead and just... Oh, there you go. You see that red dot that appeared? That's like a major killing doohickey. Oh, sorry, Nanny Goat. Nanny Goat... The females of the species in this map don't tend to be aggressive. Right, so do you see where my health bar is minimalized? I can take a health potion. Or, if I have a camp with the fire... Alright, it takes about a minute to do so. And again, you have a... Hang on, rested. Let's see how far it goes before he says unrested. I think I'm beyond my fire. The fire has a perimeter, quite a large perimeter that you can build in. But if you just look at my health bar, and again, I don't have to be stationary to do this. I can move and stuff. I just have to be in the vicinity of the bonfire. But after about like a minute or thereabouts, my health regenerates. Okay, so I'll stay still so I'm not giving you... There you go, health regenerated. So that's another useful thing about this, which is really cool. So that's it. I hope that gives you an idea. It's a really good game. It's not boring. It's the attention to... Just listen to the wind blowing. And the sparks coming off the fire and stuff like that. And this is early access, I hear. It's like, are you kidding me? Look at the attention to detail. And the sun's going down. You got clouds in the sky that are different. It's not just one variety of clouds. These are, I think there's a cumulus now. And they move, look. I'm stationary. Do you see the clouds are moving? And this may be all kind of like... But the thing is, if you make an early access game, as I say, it's like, you kidding me? This is early access. You don't have to go to this much detail. And it's not chunky. It's not like cut and paste as far as like the biomes are concerned. All this is completely different. It feels different. You know what I mean? All right, so it's a ficus and palm tree, but it feels different than the other island we just came off. Now, another tip if you wish. I'm kind of stuck here. I want to get to my camp. But, there's my camp's over there, so beside the point. But I can't get beyond this rocky stuff. All you do is you call your ship. So, go to menu, go to X for recalling ship, call your flagship. Boom! I can now swim to that and sail past here. So, if my base is on the other side of here, but I've got a bunch of enemies around this rock place, so I'm at a safe place. But if I go up that way, I'm going to get killed. I could just go ahead and call my ship. And I've forgotten who it was, but somebody on one of my streams actually told me that. I was like, oh man, I'm stuck, I'm going to die. And he said, no, just call the ship. And so I did that. So, yeah. So, early access, I wouldn't have even believed it. Is it a good game? It's a very good game. And let me do what I was saying already. Hang on. In my experience, the major problem with this is the player. Oh, this is clay, by the way. You need clay for building stuff. So I might as well get some clay, why not? Which is pickaxe. What do you mean it's not let me get clay? Alright, well, whatever. Okay, then go back to my ship. Stone. It's palladium. I don't palladium. I don't need any of this stuff right now. Okay. And then oh yeah, you haven't seen me sail a ship yet. Okay. Right. So sail. It takes a while to build up. Again, this is a massive ship. It's in fact, let me have a look here. I'll give you a tour of the deck. So this is where the crew hangs out, and you've got the first round of cannons. We've got the second round of cannons as well, and you can also fire the. Look, I can do this just from this thingy without having to be a captain. Then you've got a third deck, which is where you got like sleeping bags and stuff. You can't sleep on the ship, but it's the aesthetics there, which is pretty cool. Again, they didn't have to do this. If they didn't want to. You got a little cabinet at the back with your captain singing. Again, this is all just aesthetic, but it's really cool. The glitching that you see, I don't know if you see that. I'm running OBS. I'm downloading a YouTube video and running the program at the same time on a old computer. Okay, so map. Let's have a look at what we have now. I'm going to a fast travel place, but what I'm looking for, I'm looking for enemies. So I'm looking for. There isn't anyone. I think they're scared of me because this is a major ship. But you see, it tells you what the waters are. Like if you look, Blackbeard water, that's Blackbeard's waters. All the red stuff is Blackbeard's. This stuff belongs to the Bread and the Coastal waters. I think this is unassigned. As in it's like free water, as it were. You know what I mean? So. Alright, so. Okay, so I'm sailing, right? So I'm pointing forward, pull my left trigger, and that is my front cannons. There we go. Boom, boom. Now, this little thing that I'm heading towards now, this is. There we go. I've got myself a. Enemy ship now. In fact, I'm not going to attack them because I don't want to. Like a lost barrel, boom, and it gives you each lost barrel has its own different thingy. So now I'm looking to the right or the starboard. Now that gives me 2 cannons. Boom, boom. Now if you see on the bottom in the middle the things that are building up, they're my cannons that I have. And then I can go to the left-hand side and can fire those. And they take a while to build up. So you can have a thing where, you can have a tactic as far as that's concerned. But I'm going to find a... Oh, I've got a... what's it now? I'm going to avoid them because I don't want to play with them right now. So again, if you want to play the game, play the game. If you want to see what I've done already as far as my YouTube channel, then go ahead. But this is just basically meant to be very quick, but it's not very quick at all. Kind of little highlights of the game itself. Because again, I didn't realize it was early access. And people are kind of doing some tire kicking. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, but honestly, this is, from what I understand, it's an independent gaming house. That has made this game, and the only reason that I even thought about it was because I was getting sick of not being able to play Rust because it's just, spawn camping, insta death as soon as you get on. Hey, how you dead? Oh, don't come in. You're dead. It's like, dude, man, how can you have some kind of community build if you play like that? Okay, and again, wait, as long as you don't get attacked, I'll just keep sailing in that direction. But the thing is, I won't, because the current of the water and the wind will take me off target. So if I'm trying to go to this point, this little islandy thing here, and I just walk away from the keyboard, depending on the current and the wind, even though I'm not making any alterations to my sailing whatsoever, it will do so. It's really intuitive. It's a really, I really love the game. Look at the sunset. It's just attention to detail they didn't have to go to. And I know I'm probably simping, but it's like, wow, I play games that are much more expensive that do not have the attention to detail. And the landscape has all been copy and paste, and it's obvious it's copy and paste. Okay, so let my ship run to ground, which it did. And then I'll give you a better look at the figurehead. And there's a cat. That's what it's bizarre when I saw this guy. It's like, Colin, look. This is what Colin looks like. That's my cat, by the way. Okay, so go ahead. And so that's Cthulhu. And so Cthulhu's some octopus-headed demon god from... I've forgotten who wrote it. But he's pointing forward as well, holding a skeleton. So when I went to name it, because again my name's Quinty, I thought like Cthulhu Quinty, la la la, and so it became Quinthulu. Right, where's my spawning point? Where am I now? Oh, it's over there. So again, so I'm going south, west. So I'm basically going dead west. So on my computer. Sorry about that. Now you know all my information. No, just joking. West. West. So it's that way. Oh no, it's on the other side of the rocks, is it? Yes, it's on the other side of the rocks. So as I said already, I don't swim very well, so I can't get past that. So I'll just go back on my ship again and sail. Another thing, another little quick tip. You see my ship's pointing here. If I'm trying to get into battle. I've got to reverse, and I can reverse, but it's very kind of crappy. So what I can do is I can just go ahead and, again, somebody mentioned this. I can just go ahead and recall my ship again. It's moved, and it's in a good position to sail. Hello.
Helm's yours, Captain.
Thank you so much, Morg.
More sail, more speed.
I always say parkour. For some reason, it reminds me of that. So, yeah, it's a very, very crappy turn circle though. And again, I'll tell you when I'm going to crank it to the right or starboard if you wish. Okay, so there's my other camp. I can see the fire in my right hand side. Crank to the right now. Right, and you see how slowly it reacts. This is actually better than my other ship, but it takes a while to actually. There you go. Cranking to the left. See how it has to. You know what I'm saying? It has to kind of adapt. It's still. I've cranked full to the right now, but it's like it's taking my time to go around, which is exactly how a normal ship would work. So that again, attention to detail. It's amazing the amount of thought that's gone into this. And it's $35. Right, so you have to be at a fast travel point to move to another fast travel point. But I think that's kind of standard. I'll go back to my home base, which is down here. And then my flagship, I can go ahead and bring her back. Nope, wrong one. Map. Internet. I'm gonna. Fast. Come on, dude. That one. A recall ship. There we go. Now, if I want to empty the inventory of my ship, I can actually swim up to the ship. But if you have a wharf, you can also manage the ship. So I can manage the ship like that. And I can go ahead and, move stuff over. Now, again, I think I mentioned you can either grab hold of it and move it slowly and dump it. Either that or just hit the Y button and move it quickly. So, something I didn't realize forever. And then let's go ahead and fix my ship. And confirm I'm done. So there we go. So, that is Windrose. Just a very brief walkthrough So if you're interested in buying it, I will highly recommend it. Honestly, I played games that have cost way much more than this, and they're clunky. They are terrible in comparison to this. The gameplay is terrible, and I didn't honestly, until somebody mentioned it, I didn't even know this was a early access game. So I hope that's been helpful. Thank you so much for everything, and keep well and happy. And yeah, see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.